Sorry, I can't find my fucking AirPods. I literally just looked. Went all around the house. I don't know what I do with them. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I know now. They're in the beach bag from yesterday. That's where they are. Alright. Let's fucking take a peek at this garbage, shall we? Clean my specs. Pop out the chat. Pop it out. Hang tight. Alright, boopy-doop. Where the heck? Why isn't it working? There it is. Go to my live stuff. I'm working on a new, I'm working on like a new Real Talk emblem thingy. What do you guys think? I'll show you in a second. I will. Can you see this? Did you see that chat? Where'd it go? Live stuff. I'm working on a new, like a new Real Talk emblem thing. What do you guys think? Let's see, let me pause myself. Let me minimize this. Make this a big. Let's do this quick. Yeah, okay, you see that. Cool. Let me pull up my chat GPT that I've been working on. It's weird not having an earpod in right now.
Right, why is the door open?
Yeah, what's up, Brett? Sorry, bud. Sorry. Well, that's spitting that out. Let's take a peek.
Is the garbage in your bag?
What's up, Cookie? Good morning. I forget, was the 4 week I was about to close? Yeah, so the 4 weeks closing this week. But the 1 month isn't. So, remember, 4.33 weeks in a month. We have a break. Ooh, 2 weeks. See what I'm saying? Remember, this just looks like it could just keep going, and for now, it looks like it's possible. But it looks like we may have a pullback. It looks like we may have a pullback, potentially. A little Jimmy, maybe not. I don't know, but we'll go over it. 2 week, same thing, looking kind of strong again, right? The 1 week, momentum wave popped up. Now, granted, keep in mind we're still making a higher high, one way, shape, or form. Let's make this a black. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. Right? Let's make this. I like the arrow. We have that, Jimmy. And we're still coming down, right? So even though it's, you know, it's above this guy, that doesn't mean that we can't have bearish divergence from here. So I'm keeping that in mind. Emblem actually is pretty good. Hold on, let me tell ChatGPT to correct something quick. Cool. Let's see. 5-day. Let me get rid of this shit. Actually, I'll keep that. I'll keep the one on the oscillator for now until we get down past the daily, right? Because we're still doing it, right? You still see it. Like this can roll over here, and we're still putting in bearish divergence. The money flow as well from all the way back here, right? Higher highs, lower high, and money flow. It's. I mean, this is a good break, but I mean, a retest wouldn't be out of pocket. But there's some things that potentially look like this. We could cool off a little bit here, or we can absolutely rip. It's looking stupid. It's pissing me off, that's for sure. Let me get rid of it now. But yeah, you still see it, right? We still got the bearish divergence. ChatGPT is having a hard time right now. It's pissing me off. We had a nice conversation last night. It said this morning we're going to figure it out, and it didn't do it. A daily chart. Here we go. Now here we get into the juice, right? Hell of a break. Right? Rim C. Range, initiate, mitigate, continue. Right? Would it be out of pocket to dip back down? Dip our toes? It wouldn't. It would be perfect, actually. I would enjoy it. I would enjoy it. Now, although the oscillator momentum waves here, boom, no bearish. The money flow is making bearish, right? The money flow is making bearish. This looks like it's ready to cool down. Now, this could do something like this. Absolutely. Especially as the VWAP's looking to curve up on the daily, right? This is a leading indicator. This one's leading. Perfect. What do you guys think of this? Here, let me copy image. I paste it here. Hold on. Let's do this. Yeah, buddy. Here we go. What do you think of this, guys? I'm going to leave it here. What do you think of that? I've been trying to have this thing make it for, I don't know. I literally played with it yesterday for about an hour before it told me you've tried too many times. What do you think of that? I'm going to pull it off, but you let me know in the chat what you think of that. Color scheme, you know, real talk trading, right? Real for fishing, a little compass action. Shatter expectations, maybe. Shatter. Any hoosers, let me know. 16 hour. Actually, wait, what did the daily look like with this? We're doing the wick thing? We're doing the wick thing. If we're not, we're not. Make up your mind. 16 hour, it's clean, right? You like that or no? Is it too much? Not enough? You like the original? Talk to me. I don't want nothing complex. I still want it simple, you know? I still want it simple. 16 hour, huge, like locally bearish divergence, right? Locally bearish divergence, red dot printing, like this could be where we come on down. And we do have some things. I mean, just in this zone right for now. I'm not gonna get too crazy here. I'll mark these out. Is there a daily somewhere else in here? No. Okay, cool. 12 hour, same thing, guys. Higher highs, hell of a break, right? We had a great break. It would make sense to have a little cool down. It would make sense. like I said, we got the bearish divergence still coming in locally, even, you know, more spread on the higher time frames, 16, 12 hour locally. When I say locally, I just mean like in our current range that we're in the lower time frame. Say it's a 4 hour range, 1 hour range, 2 hour range, whatever it is. You can call it a 3 hour range. Right? We do have it. It's there. Bearish divergence, once again, really localized. Like I am expecting some sort of correction, potentially. And I was looking at Link, trying to get in. I was hoping, look at this shit. This shit pissed me off yesterday. No, we're back here. We came down. I was watching this bearish divergence. I'm like, you know what? We're going to come back for this motherfucker. Full TP for me would have been this low. Would have been this low. Why? Because just the way this looks like, I think we're coming for the liquidity down here. So I would have just targeted this low. That's simple. Look at what we did. You jerk. You jerk, right? I was like this too. Boom. I even covered this guy right here. I said, fuck it. If it goes higher, I'll hop in again. I'm going to keep it tight. Keep it tight. You know, even if you didn't keep it tight, right? Because there was more theory than that behind it, right? There was this right here. If on this particular impulse fib we come up, this is the 886, right? So I didn't just pick a random location. Okay, let's just. But I covered the high of the body candle close, which happened to be an 886. Look what we did. I should have done the 786. Like that's on me, right? That's on me for trying to be too tight. Too tight. But that would have been nice. It would have been a 6, just call it a 16 to 1 to a 25 to 1. Like that's insane. Right? And that freaking thing would have played out super fast and I would have been happy, but no. Ooh, that's my kid. Welcome. That would have played out in 3 hours and 45 minutes, which is not bad. Right? For a 25 to 1. That's not bad, guys. That pisses me off. Really does. So yeah, anyways, down to, let's go to the 4, not this. Let's start at 6, doesn't matter. Same shit, right? Bearish divergence, locally bearish divergence. We are at, you know, some key levels. If you look left, we have a lot going on over here, right? And you can see there's regions to reject here. That is a joke. That is a joke. Right, we don't have anything to go by that's left right now. Just we can go by the RIMC, we can go by market structure, you know, implement with some divergence, whatever it may be. But right now, it's kind of hard to look left and figure out what we're going to do. That's kind of why I'm looking at everything else here. Like Ethereum, we're in a 1-day order block, and we are currently swing failing it. Okay, we are swing failing this high. If you was it? What asset was I looking at? Why don't I remember? Why is that chart weird? Whatever. I don't know. I was looking. I thought it was ETH. I thought it was ETH. Did I have this fib pull? Yes. Okay. Yeah. We could swing fail the macro, you know, the actual 5-day weekly pull, 786. I don't know why I took it off. Or maybe I put it on like the other screen. So if you look at it this way, right, it would make sense to swing fail this, have a little change of character, come back down. We have demand here, right? Kind of dip our toes back in before potentially continuing up. But it just makes sense. I'm going to get rid of it because there's a lot going on there. But I knew there was multiple things going on this level. Kind of. It took me a second, but I got there. The 3 hour. Three hour broke. Weak retest though, right? Weak retest. Money flow is still kind of, it's holding up, but I mean, we got nice bearish divergence here. We got nice curvature. Coming up, come down. Same thing here. I wouldn't be surprised if we do something like this. You know what I mean? I'm not saying we have to, but it makes sense to kind of come back up here somewhere into this fib. I bet you we have an order block up there that's pretty good. There you go. Boom, chakalaka. We have a fibberoonie here on the 2. It's not mitigated. Do we have a 1? No. And I haven't looked at Bitcoin since yesterday, guys, so bear with me. This is all out of pocket here. I'm shooting from the hip with y'all. All right, that's all I'm really going to draw unless we got a good 30 or 24. That's inside. And that's all we got, right? So I'm looking up here. That would make me really happy. You know, if we get up there, we get like a 1 minute, then I'll start looking. Right? Does this not make sense to you guys? We got a little fib here, some order blocks. Come right back up. Where's my coffee? Oh, I didn't grab it. Yeah, I really wish I saw this. Like, this could have been a really good scalp short. Right here, we came right in. Bearish divergence on the 24. Boom, boom. Change character on the 5. I would have hopped in right there. I wouldn't even have waited. Let's see. Yeah, I wouldn't even have waited. Nice bearish divergence on the 2. I would have just hopped in. Let's see. Even if you're getting down here somewhere, it doesn't matter to me. That's 15 minute. Where's that low? Because like my theory, once again, my theory would be boom, we coming right down to here, right? It's a 1-to-1, but ideally, right down to there, it's 2-to-1. Decent scalp. I don't know if I would have necessarily put my stop up there. For you guys, it's easier to say. Where's that 1 minute? Sometimes when I wait for the retrace, if we get another break, what I'll do, especially if it's not like it just has this many bearish divergence and we have a break, boom, 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 like I'll hop in here, something like this, right? Watch, because now we're talking, argument's sake, we're talking a 2-to-1, but if you wait for a couple hiccups, and even if you want to cover this high, so there's liquidity here, and you're worried of an SFP here, right? It doubles, right? So getting in first is not always better, all right? Your risk to reward is more important, right? So how tight you can have that stop loss will determine your trade volume, which makes the trade better. So a lot of times I will do that too. Especially on like a 5-minute flip like this, 1 minute, boom, 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 boom. You know what? Screw it. Especially with, like, look at this divergence here coming out, trigger wave forming, come down. This is going to be a fib, but you got to have the patience for this, right? Something like this, ideally in a perfect world, when I do this stuff, I like the 786 and I like to cover a high. Why? Because I'd rather keep it tight. You stop me out, I'll look again. That's just what I do. Just what I do, right? And you just turned a 2-to-1 into a 15-to-1. But you got to know when to do it. You got to know when it's appropriate. No, give me the 15 minutes. Yeah, because my thought would be this, guys. I wasn't gonna walk you through the whole thing, but we're gonna walk you through. It's one more step. We're coming up. If we reject here, my ideal spot to reject is down here. As you can tell, there's many trades in between. So, right, getting up here, you want to get in, get out, because then you're likely going to get another trade. But if you don't want to play that game, I'm targeting the 786, 24-to-1. This would have scared the shit out of you. But you see this SFP here, boom. No, I got to go up to the hourly probably. The hourly's still bleeding. 30-minute retest. Here it is. So I was waiting for a nice, clean, low time frame break. Right? You got to keep all these time frames in mind, guys, right? Remember, just because you got it up here, don't forget to zoom out. You need to zoom out because we broke. Now we retest. What did we retest? The golden pocket, right? What did we do? We swung, failed this guy here on the 24. Boom. it just makes sense to roll over. There's multiple things adding up. Right, and the 1 hour we broke bullish. It makes sense to come back down to here, into here somewhere for a retest. Just how you do it. Right, so that's why even if you don't take it all off the table, you know, boom, boom, this break here, you getting up here. I mean, yeah, this would have been perfect here, but I guess you could have probably, right? Because when you get in that tight, you can target this low. Where is? No, I want to go lower though. No, I would have targeted this low here. Give me just 6 minutes. Let's see. Does it agree? This is all mitigated. So what I'm looking for is, like, is there a reason to bounce here? Like, what's unmitigated? Like, we have this change in here, lower time frame. Like, do we have any lower time frame order blocks? I don't see anything right now. So ideally, we're going to take this low and we're going to go lower. Right? I mean, we took this wick here, and then we bounced. I would have honestly just taken that guy. I wouldn't. This is not a swing position for me. That's not a low. So it would be boom, 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 boom. Right? Yeah. So this is it. I know this market structure thing has that, but there's not 2 in a row black candles here. So this is the particular low right here that I would be targeting. This guy. And we took it out, right? And then we had a nice retracement. Right? You're targeting something like that. You're taking a little bit off. You come back up. You see the S&P, stars line. I want back in. I'm added to the trade. And now you're doubling down. Now you get 2 trades out of 1 trade. And my target's still this guy. If not lower, but my target's still this guy. Ideally, right? Maybe I'll do TP1 here for this guy. Ideally, it should be this low. Who am I kidding? It should be this low. TP1 here. Maybe TP2 at the golden pocket just to shave a little more off. 786, right? Maybe we front run this order block here and then target the low. Or if you think we're going even lower, right? Target the low. You're leaving a little bit in, maybe take 25, 25, 25. You got 25 left in the trade still for it to run in case it blows off, but you get a good retracement, you can add to it. Pick your poison. There's so many different ways to do it. You just need to identify if this is a scalp or a swing. If this is a scalp, you need to get the fuck out. But that's, you know, one of the hardest parts. How do you identify that? Many tools. Or just have a set rule, and when you get in, this is what you're doing. Because if I'm getting in on this bullish, right, this is a bullish break, bullish retest, even though this is not even a 1 hour. Let's go to the 30-minute. Ideally, I want to come down and mitigate this stuff here. That's just what I want to do. So if I'm getting in up here on a lower time frame, this is my theory because we broke, let's go 45. Right, boom, boom, boom. I'm just going to ignore that. Boom, we break. We come down to come back up, right? All we're doing is grabbing liquidity, guys, in this range. So it would make sense to come here, to go back up, to come back down potentially. Take your money sometimes. It's easier just to take and run. But yeah, I got off track there. Sorry. Yeah, 1 hour still in this zone, so whatever. I missed it. It is what it is. I'm just too damn busy to pass 2 days. And today too, I got to 11 o'clock before I got to start running around like an idiot again. See, I mean, I'd be looking for a bounce in this zone, up into here for a potential bigger short, or like a rollover back down, right? Because once again, look at the hourly. Hourly's not perfect. What about the 2 hour? No, 45. It's this freaking candle that screws it all up. Let me get rid of this real quick. Hold on. Hang tight. Let's go to the 1 hour. I don't really care. We're going to consider that in. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, see, like, that's the problem. We only have one black candle, so I'm not going to consider that. Sorry, the stash got itchy. So this is it right here, right? This is our strong high. This is a weak low. So in theory, this will be another strong high to take out this potential weak low. It's not confirmed until we break this level or until we come up and break this level. Otherwise, this is all internal on the hourly. We have a nice little 1 hour order block down here, though. That's pretty cool. That'd be a good spot. Let's get rid of that for a second. Highlight this Jimmy John. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Get rid of that. We already mitigated it. So now what are we doing? We have this zone up here. That's just what we have. Right? What are we doing, guys? Like I said, remember, we're grabbing liquidity. I'm going to run you through this quick. Right? You don't always see this when it's happening, right? Because especially we just had a good high. We came in. We broke. Looks great. We're going to 150,000. And then it's cooling down. And you're like, well, what's it doing? Well, it's right here, guys. Boom. Let me get rid of this. It's all right. I'll put it back later. Right? What do? We came up. We came up. We come down. Grab the liquidity off of this order block. We bounce. Right? Where are we bouncing from? Or rejecting from, I should say. Right? Let's see if it'll pull it. I don't feel like drawing all the structure. No. There it is. So, even though we did kind of mitigate that there, the 15-minute wasn't it, right? It's still internal. We're coming down, right? We come down, we mitigate. We come up, we hit this bigger supply zone, right? We reject a little bit. So it would make sense to kind of come down into this zone somewhere, find support, you know, here somewhere on something new, to come up to refill the overall price objective, which is potentially here, before continuing down to grab some other imbalances of some sort. And then, you know, maybe we'll continue up or down. That's what a range is. That's all a range is. If you look, and that's not all a range is, but you'll notice that's how it bing bongs around, right? You just got to figure out which ones it's going to do. Let's get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you. If I drop down the time frames on this range here, okay, you will notice that we came up, we came down, we bounced on an order block. We came up, we bounced on a fib and an order block. We come down, we bounced on a fib and order block. We came up, we swept liquidity. We come down, we're sweeping more liquidity. We come up, we're bouncing our heads on an order block. Come down. I don't know what this one's going to be. Let's find out right here. Let's do it. Let's figure this out. It's going to be something, but I don't want to start talking out of my complete ass here. Let's go down to the 2 hour. Let's see. I don't need to look any further. Like, there's something here, right? You see this here. You see this little consolidation here after a leg like this. Like, you know there's going to be something there. You know that's supply or demand at a lower time frame than the 2 hour right now. You know there's most likely going to be a lower time frame order block. But just call it a supply or demand zone. It's an area of interest for more buys to be put in, right? And boom, and we bounce. Okay, so zoom back out. Let's go to the 4 hour here. Let's see if I can figure this guy out. No, it's not on the 4 hour. But I promise you, it's there. Because I traded that entire range and it was absolutely fantastic. Here it is, right? And then we come up and we put in a what on the 4 hour? A lower high. And then we come down and we break and come back up. A lower high. Like it's I'm telling you guys, sometimes it's really that simple. We overcomplicate things. Sometimes you can keep it simple, stupid. Kiss. So yeah, this is what I'm looking at, right? 4 hour bearish divergence. I know I said looking long yesterday. You can't tell me this doesn't look long on the higher time frames, but then you zoom down and it's like, oh shit, now we do have some 4 hour bearish divergence. We do have some 3 hour bearish divergence, if it'll go. There you go. 2 hour. Money flow still looking good on the 3 hour, but the 2 hour looks like shit. So it's like, We could go up, we could go down. The thing to keep in mind here is it's all still in the green, right? The money flow's all in the green still, but we do have a lot of bearish divergence coming in. So it would make sense, especially to me, to come down to this guy here, in particular, this guy here, particular. Why? Because this is an order block, and we are bullish on these higher time frames, and this is a 786. Come down, grab liquidity before potentially continuing up, right? Rim C, Rim C. It could be that simple. I'm not saying it is, but it could be, right? If you saw the swing fail, so we swung failed. I don't know, just argument's sake, we swung failed it there. 2 minute. Yeah, it's all internal over here. But we have bullish divergence, lower time frame, bullish divergence coming in. Something like this, you can play it. You see that SFP, you may not be comfortable. You can draw a trend line on this entry here, right? You know, we come up, we bang our head, boom, we break. You know, now you see where money flows in the green. Maybe you want to take it just based off of that alone. A little dicey because you still have this, you know, the high of the range here of the market structure pull here, so we can still bang our head here, and we kind of did, and that would have scared a lot of people out. Or you could have waited for this one hitch, boom, come up, look at this hitch right here. Here's a trade. Oh, I missed everything. No, you didn't. You got one right here. Boom. Target the high. Nice stuff like this, though. Typically, what I'll do is is there a 1 minute order block here? There is right here. Okay. I created one, but nothing here. 3. There shouldn't be a 3. There shouldn't be anything higher. Let's see, there is down here, though. It's all right. What you gotta do? You gotta do what you gotta do if you want to get on these trades, right? You have 2 options. Cover the 786, cover the 886, cover the absolute low. You got 3 options, not 2 options. But you still have a 3.5 to 1. Yeah, it's just, yeah, exactly. Exactly. It failed to break the level, right? So, like right here, like to me, like, oh, you know, we swung, failed the 618, right? We came down, the golden pocket, boom, we failed to close inside. Granted, this whole thing is a rejection zone or a bounce zone to me. In this particular case, it's a bounce zone. Come down, we get sucked right back in, right? So if this wick here, right? Say we had a candle close here and we wick this, and we have like a 2 minute change of character here, and say call this a 15 minute, right? But we have a 2 minute change of character in here, 1 minute change of character. Like, fuck yeah, we swung failed it. We got the structural change. I'm in here. I'm in on this structure. I'm covering this freaking low, and I'm targeting this high, and I got myself a 7 to 1. And if I want, I can fuck off the rest of the day. I have a hard time doing that sometimes, but you could. You absolutely could. Right, that's a phenomenal. That's why, like, don't lose. Don't get too caught up in this shit, because you're gonna get an entry. This is not the better entry. I can't say it enough. Right? Say you get in here, right, and you wanted to cover this, so that's fine. Right? You still got a 4.5 to 1. But sorry, Mitchie. If you got in, say you FOMO'd and you got in like here, technically you're supposed to cover this freaking low. This isn't even the strong low, it's the internal low. You're supposed to cover this guy right here. So it ain't worth it, right? It ain't worth it. So just sit tight, and something's going to come, right? You can chase these trades down, guys. Don't let people tell you don't chase. You can chase, but there's a right way to chase and a wrong way to chase. There's a higher probability and a lower probability. You know, if you come up, boom, you come back down, and you see, oh shit, we're on a trigger wave location. Money flow's still kind of thick here on the 2 minute, or on the 5 minute, I'm sorry. Here it is, boom, go down to the 1 minute, the 2 minute, whatever your fancy may be. Are you putting in divergence? Look at this. We got nice localized divergence here. Boom, boom. We came on in. Okay, we're putting in bull. I don't care if the money flowed in the 1 minute in the red. I don't care. 5 minutes in the red, or 5 minutes in the green. We are looking Why did it pull me all the way back there? We're looking here. Money flows in the green. Yeah, VWAP's coming out. Well, you got remember, guys, you got to take all this with a grain of salt. You got to add everything up of all of your TA up. So it just makes sense to bounce here. 1 minute, 2 minute bullish divergence. You know, fuck yeah, I'm taking this damn trade. You know, I'm taking it. You know, I may not even have this limit order set here right now, and then I see this come down, get sucked back in. I see this one candle here. I'm like, wait a second, we got bullish divergence. You know, this would make sense. Something like this. This would make sense. Let me hop up to a higher time frame quick. Let me see something. Or you can think, hey, we broke this high. What's the next target? This freaking high. Maybe we're going to go up there. It doesn't always work that way. But sometimes it does. Right? You got to know when you can bend the rules a little bit, when you can shift. Right? Like ideally this high right here would be hit. Let's see. All right, we broke this high, boom, we come down, we retest. We're probably going to bang our head off of this high here. Grab the liquidity here, decide what it wants to do next. That's exactly what it did. That's what it's doing. It's hard when you get greedy, right? When you see those dollar signs start adding up. It's hard to pull your profits, but you'll shortly realize that if you don't, you're going to see red numbers at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month. All that hard work was for nothing. Don't do it. Yeah, this is good bearish divergence, but I would love to see this trigger wave up here in a higher confluence zone. This back to Bitcoin. Yeah, see Cardano, boom, boom, boom. Missed it. You know, you could pull 2 fibs. You could pull one from there down. That's not a Brian fib. This is a Brian fib right here, especially off of the first rejection. This is a Brian fib. Do we come up and touch this guy? No, we don't. I knew that. I'm looking at it right here. What an idiot. Why is my chart looking like this? That's better. That's weird. That's really weird. It's the only one. Cardano SFP on the 2. But we got room on the 5 to the upside. Ooh, we may have a little long play here. A little bounce. Hang tight. Cardano for the long, maybe? What do you think? Want to take it live? Thank you. So we have, this whole thing is a freaking fib. Right, or not a fib, an order block, right? I just saw 3 different order blocks here, so I'm just going to make it this whole range, right? Because I know the highest one that I saw was up top, and clearly the lowest one that we have is right here. And it's right in the golden pocket. So what would make sense, guys? If we come down, we reject here, we come down, boom, 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 boom. Or we don't have to fucking play around like that. But this drawing is absolutely horrendous. Let's go to the 1. Oh, that's probably why. Right? Something like this makes sense. Or you can pull from the wicks. You know, you get something like this, but ideally I'd pull this, right? And this one makes sense, right? Because we broke out. We swung fail this high, right? One swing fail. And then we staircased it up, and then we come down, we grab liquidity before we break it. Hindsight. I understand. It's all hindsight. But it makes sense. What about Link or Rooney? What are we looking at here, Link? Get out of here. I don't know. I'm still waiting on Link to want to rip. I got a lot of bullshit that I keep on this chart, even after it gets used. What are you? You can stay, you can stay. Make you bigger when you're more relevant. Daddy. So yeah, I mean, not for nothing. I'm going to pull this again. This is a relevant pull because we're on this current 2-hour leg. You zoom out to the 3, the 4. This is the valid pull. All right, boom, that's the valid pull. And this is a valid order block on the 4-hour to So we come down here, you guys see a nice little wick into this, and we get sucked back in and close inside this fib. Drop down to those time frames, guys. Look for that. Look for that confirmation. Look for it. And then you can PayPal me a tip for making you money. No. Wife just slept. Now she wants me to do more things. I got an hour. I told you. 11 o'clock. No more chores until 11 o'clock. Oops. Solana. How many we got in here, guys? Talk to me. 7 people watching, 1 like, is that right? You guys fucking suck. Let's do... I'm not really feeling soul right now. I don't know why. We got the same stuff though, right? Nice bearish divergence. What about on the hourly? Same jazz? Do we got SFP this high? Nope, not yet. Is there an OB there? There is an OB here. We break that ideally. I mean, you're looking at this low here. Once we break that guy, I'm looking down here. I don't give a shit. Tell me that doesn't make sense. But I prefer the Cardano. I prefer Cardano. Actually, no, I don't. I don't prefer Cardano. I prefer Cardano for the long, not for the short. Come on down, baby. Fuck. Excuse me. I sleep like shit lately, guys. There's absolute dog shit. I can't go to bed. It's like fucking 1, 2 in the morning. And the kid has me up at 6. We're up 3 times a night on top of that. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to, when I start to sleep through the night again, hopefully soon. Please. I don't even know what it's going to be like. Maybe it's going to be great. Maybe I'll learn to fly or telekinesis or some shit. Full capacity, maybe. Unlock some shit. Maybe I'll join Hogwarts. Me and Hagrid be chilling. The fuck am I even saying? There's a nice entry there, right? Money flow comes out. Bearish divergence on the money flow. Nice little trigger wave. Yeah, what the 15? Yeah. Alright, guys. See this shit? I gotta... Yeah, I mean... Give me my structure, damn it. Did I check that off? Oh yeah, I did, because it wasn't pulling right for Brian. So I would do, let's just start at the low, right? Let's just assume boom, boom, boom. We don't take this high, do we? We do. Boom, 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 boom. I don't care what high it is. Doesn't matter because it gets taken here. And then we grab a lot of liquidity here, and ideally we're looking at this. Let's look for that. Let's look for it. 5 and 6 minute order blocks look to be the same-ish, plus or minus. Fibonacci, boom. What are we bouncing off of right now? You son of a bitch, shit. Come up higher, would you? Don't be stupid. Don't do it. Do it. That looks like it's ready. 15 minute, 12, 10. Hang on. Let me open up the exchange just so I'm ready. I haven't even done that yet today. Fucking shut. This is not what Link looks like right now in the 1 minute. That's what Link looks like on the 1 minute. Oh. Open sesame. Work. That's better. I gotta sneeze. Don't do it. So what I'm looking for here is if this does come down, I'm looking here for a bounce, for potential another rejection, bounce, reject. Is it gonna happen? Who the fuck knows? I would have loved yeah, this is the zone here. That's the zone. Is it coming back up? That's the question. I want this guy here. That's the play, I think. I think it's going to project there, but I just don't think it's going to do it right now. I think we're going to go down a little bit. I'm a little late on it, but that's okay. For anybody looking at this, I mean, this is the theory. And if you're wrong, you reset, but And then if you're wrong, personally, I would reset this way. I would go this way here, boom. This is my reset right here. That's what I would do if we get back up here, but something like that, or even target the low, not the low, this order block here, this fib. It could be a good one. Getting some shit ready. That's all. Need to be prepared in case it happens. Or for when it happens, I should say, not if, when. It's happening. I need a new trade. Yeah, I am. Cookie. Retracing. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to that. Yeah, I want down here though. If I'm going to long, I want it here. So right now, as it stands, I'm thinking short on the link, right here. Short potentially, boom to this low, up here to this low. If we come up here, I'm looking here. Right, we got an order block on the 5. We got 2-minute supply. Let me say short supply. It's the same thing. They're 5-minute supply, or 2-minute supply is the 5-minute OB. So ideally, that's what I'm looking for. Let's see. If you're getting in now, just be aware of what you're doing and where you're sitting. Even if you want to target this low, it's at best a 3. Just call it a 3-to-1, but looking at 2.5 to 1. Not a bad trade, right? It's a good trade, but I try and take better positions than that, like this one per se. Right? I try and do at least a 3-to-1, but when I say that out loud, but I really try and do a 4-to-1. Those are just what I try and do. It's worth missing some because the percentage gains are great. It just takes longer to fight them sometimes, right? But that's, you can use the same strategy on so many different time frames here. Today I may find an hourly trade, I may find 2 5-minute trades, I may find 2 15-minute trades, maybe 1 4-hour trade for the next day or two. On top of that, I can find a 5-minute scalp in between. It's just, you can just do it. Plain and simple, you can just do it. Higher time frames. If this is in fact going to be a high location and we're going to come down, right? If you're on link, the 6-hour, right down here, guys, we can look all the way down here. Why? Because I'm not saying we can't, but if things are looking really, really dumpy in about an hour or so and you're still in this, right? Maybe start targeting a little lower. We got a 6-hour order block here. It touches the golden pocket. Maybe we got a fib, 786. But you got to take some profits out, right? So that's the whole thing. That's the game. Like, this is my target. But if it hits this and I still got some in the game, and I'm looking at this low, this 786, this golden pocket, this 786, and I'll figure out where I'm happy taking my profits at. But ideally, I would just like this low to be broken. If we can do this, right, on the 2-hour, come down, take some majority of my TP, if not all of it here, and look for a rejection for a continuation. That's awesome, Cookie. As long as you're consistent, find your home, man. Consistency is key. It's overlooked. You don't need these crazy trades. You just need to be consistent. Just be consistent. If you're consistent and happy with 2-to-1s, don't change it. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. right? There's times I take 2 to 1s all the time. There's times I'll take a 1.5 to 1. I won't tell you guys that or show you that particular trade. But there's some times where it's like, oh, it's fucking going. I want it now. And I get it now. I enter the trade and I'm out in less than 2 minutes. You know, it's like boom. I'll take my 1.5 to 1. Right? But they're higher probability trades and they're higher probability times. I'm not just rolling the dice on those. Those I know they're going. You know, even if it's just a little bit. I know they're going. Highly, 90% they're going. Yeah, see, this still has to come up. So if this is going to come up to retest ETH and Bitcoin, then Link could be looking all the way up here. All these things you guys got to keep in mind. You're not going to get it the perfect time, Cookie. You will sometimes, but very rarely. Just take your profits, man. Pick your low, pick your high, pick your fib, pick your OB, and just get the fuck out. Say thank you. Maybe we are coming back up right now. I just don't think it's likely. Oscillator's saying yes, but it just... This makes sense just to roll right over. What to do, right? See, green dot went away on the 15, right? It was just there. It was just fucking there. And now it's going, and now it went away. Don't be going by those freaking red and green dots. They don't really mean too much. You got to go by a lot of things. I'm not saying you can't put them in there. Put them in your TA for sure. If it works for you, great. But a lot of times when these red dots print, you've already had a pullback a little bit. You've already had a pump a little bit, right? So, right, like this green dot here, boom, it printed. Yeah, because we had 2 freaking nice green candles. And then boom, it printed on the pullback, right? So, just be aware, be careful. Would it be a fine idea with a limit order at 17.24, or is it too aggressive? 17.24. I'll see why not. The idea is there. Just make sure you have a target, man. If you're looking for like literally this particular trade here, that's fine. Go for it. I wouldn't say no to that. Make sure you cover the high, and if you get you got to have your risk right, because you can get stopped out like this, right? You can just blow right through, so you need to be aware of that. The idea is there, yes. Too aggressive? No, I don't think it's too aggressive. I think the idea is there. You know, if we come up and we smack this, like ideal target, you know, we come in here, you're targeting like this low. So that's a hell of a trade, right? Boom. 4.5 to 1. 17,237. Sounds great. That sounds great, man. I mean, I'm probably going to follow suit, to be honest, if it goes up. Yeah, you just got to be okay with taking a loss every now and again, too, right? So if you're okay with setting a limit and taking a loss, just make sure you have a clear thought, clear idea, and a clear take profit. If you're not going to be at the charts and you're going to set a limit, you better have a take profit limit as well, right? You need to have a stop loss and a take profit. You know, if you're gonna be sitting here and you want to watch it and you got some, you know, we're in a particular zone where a scalp can turn into a swing and you want to do a little bit and run a trend line or this or that, okay. But definitely set appropriately. Let me see something quick. Yeah, so this is a rejection zone on Bitcoin. We haven't touched it on ETH yet. 5 minute, boom, 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 boom. This is the 5 minute rejection zone on ETH. Yeah. Okay, so we may or may not. $16.8. I mean, yeah, if you don't front run it a little bit too, man, that's great. Like, go for it. Remember, we don't have to hit the low too, so if you're going to do something like that, don't be shy. You know, the problem is, you know, if you want to do it how you want, but like, so say we reject here, you pull a fib up, like, all right, well, we may bounce again off this golden pocket, this 786. So just be aware that that's an option. You just don't know exactly how high it's going to go, low it's going to go. Right now, at least. Excuse me. Like I said, right now we're still bearish on all this shit. So this is 100% a rejection zone. Came up, right? I understand we have a little structure here, but 1 minute we don't have that structure. So I doubt we have it on the 3, which we don't have any on the 3, okay? 4, 5, no, order block is mitigated, that's mitigated. Yeah, so this technically is mitigated too, but it's not golden pocket. So there's multiple things going on here. Yeah, but it's tough to determine that stuff if you're not at the charts, right? That's why you got to have points and things to shave off, or you know, when you get entered, have your alarm come off, right? Because you may want to track it a little bit for a few minutes to see if you can move your stop loss to break even, or you can pull that fib, set a couple TPs. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a good short zone if we comes up. Whether it plays or not, I don't know, but it's going to be a good zone. A lot of bearish divergence coming in, man. A lot. I got shaved today. I got run around. I go get stuff ready for the vacay. Packed the truck. It's fucking raining. Great. Freaking roll, man. Roll now. Just roll right now. Just do it. Come down. SFP this. Come up and then rip. You know, I'm looking at this too, right? This is. Boop, boop. Guys, I'm going on vacation Friday for 2 weeks. I'll be working pretty much every day. Won't be here as much, but I'm going to be at the beach with my little girl, and I don't have sunglasses because I need a prescription, and I had to send mine back. And the new ones I got just aren't going to be here in time. So I'm going to be on the beach in the sun without sunglasses on. Or if I go buy a cheap pair, I'm not going to see good. Fucking stupid. And I just gave my non-prescription Ray-Bans to my brother. Stupid. This is why I'm broke. Actually, I may have a pair of glasses that I used to use. But do I look like an asshole? You know, that's the question. Where's the freaking camera? These are old. Let's see. Zoom it in. Let's see. Yeah, see the rubber's falling off on this side here. I got to glue that up. I don't look terrible, but I definitely don't look good. You know, and the quality of these lenses too is trash, pissing me off. Back to normal. Where the heck is this? There it is. Boop. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Yeah, buddy. There we go. Doing it. Freaking, but they could just keep ripping though. If this trade misses, I'm probably done for the day. I'm gonna go do my shit and I'll look back like next week because this price action to me is terrible. It just sucks. Don't reject here. Keep going. Don't do it. So we have an OB here. I wonder, I may be extra aggressive and try and put it like 17.2 something, something, something. Let's see. I don't know what my neighbors are doing, but it's not quiet. You guys hear that? Where art thou? Where's my 1 minute chart? Hang tight, peoples. Just getting ready. You know what I'm saying? Gotta get ready. Gotta be ready. I got my limit order set here. I'm being extra aggressive. I'm gonna be extra aggressive. That's it. And if yo, now what's up, bro? Even a great song about them. Yeah, I know, but I have these. These are. I mean, these are coasters. These are nice glasses. These probably cost me about $150, $200 back in the day. I mean, I can't really see great regardless because they're not prescription, right? So I may just... Learning order block supply and demand and fair value gaps have been game-changing. I want to look into Wyckoff next. Wyckoff is a beautiful thing. What do you think a Head and Shoulders is? Changes the game when you're not looking at a formation. When you're looking at actually what it potentially is. I'm not saying it's not a Head and Shoulders, but there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more behind the theory than just, oh, it's a Head and Shoulders. I'm trying to find one. Structurally speaking. I mean, I guess some people could say, oh, this is a Head and Shoulders, but you're fucking nuts a reach. Like this guy here, I don't know. Oops. Break, rip. It's just a higher time frame model too. That's all it is. I forgot where I found that, but whatever. Head and Shoulders lose momentum and a change of character. Well, no, I'm not sure what you're asking about. Head and Shoulders is simply just this. One way, shape, or form, but it's just a Model 2, right? You get your 1 tap, your 2 tap, your 3 tap. I prefer, we just looked at one, but I prefer when this leg breaks, right? When it doesn't break, it's tough to get in. Like this guy here, right? Here's one, right in front of our face. 1, 2, 3. Break. Bearish divergence coming in, but it doesn't break, right? So you don't know if this is going to continue up or not. So that's all. But it's a model. They're Model 2s. I mean, pick your poison, Ray. Look at it. Look at it however you wish, however it works for you. I don't want to make my freaking run around stuff, whatever I'm trying to say. I don't want to do that today. I don't want to do it. I don't want to leave for vacation tomorrow morning first thing. I want to wake up nicey nice, have maybe some waffles or something, and then go. I can't do that either. What am I going to eat for breakfast? The struggles. Or something, and then go. I can't do that either. What am I going to eat for breakfast? This is what I'm looking at here, right? Retest this supply, 5-minute order block. I'm pulling it tight. I'm getting aggressive. I'm definitely getting aggressive. Can definitely get stopped out. But if that happens, that's fine. I'm literally wearing a bathing suit right now too because I packed everything already. Actually, my wife packed everything. And this bathing suit was on top of the pile, and I'm like, you know what, this is what I'm wearing today. I'm just wearing a bathing suit. Oh, I got out of the bed, and the wife's like, what are you wearing? I'm like, you're lucky I'm wearing pants, right? But, any Hooters. I gotta start getting going, guys. This is not what I want. But I gotta start getting going here. I gotta get ready to, I got probably about a little over an hour and 15 minutes of driving around. Just to one location round trip, and then I got another, I don't know, probably about an hour at the in-laws settling up shit, and then I got probably another hour here, maybe hour and a half of just loading the fucking truck. You know, it's like a game of Tetris, right? You gotta make it work. Alright. That's what I'm looking at. Doesn't have to play. Be cool if it did. Definitely doesn't have to. If it doesn't play, I mean, because look at, right, Bitcoin in the bigger time frame, this was the retest to come up higher. So if, oh, my fucking didn't mean that. No. If Link continues up, it makes sense, right? It's just structured different than Bitcoin right now. Keep that in mind. Bitcoin's in a long zone or 5-minute short zone, hourly potential long zone. Link is not. Right? Link is just going up. So if we can get this pullback here, that'd be sweet. If not, just know what you got yourself into. Right, you're longing an uptrend. Ideally, you're going to long an uptrend. No, I want that back. Right, ideally, boom, come up, boom, you long, boom, you long, boom, you long. Right? You're not looking to short this, you're not looking to short this, you're looking to long this. You're looking to long down here. Boom, SFP, long. Right? That's what you're looking for. Ideally. Not always, but I find my success is a lot better with that. Do we SFP this? No. Yeah. That's a weak break. Fuck me. Alright. I'm out of here, guys. I'll be on tonight probably somewhere in one way, shape, or form. I will not be on tomorrow, and I doubt I will be here Saturday, maybe Sunday. I will be working, like I said, during the week and whatnot, but just the day of vacation, like the first day getting into the house, and the second day when everyone gets there, you know, it's a busy day. So if I don't talk to you tomorrow or Saturday, I will be back on Sunday or Monday. I'll be here for Monday's call for sure. And we'll go from there. So good luck, happy trading. If this plays out, hell yeah. If not,